everybody, this is Yael from Yael Alchemy, and I'm here with the weekly message of the Divine Masculine to his beloved, the Divine Feminine, for the week of March 13th to the 20th. Okay, so let's get on with the reading. Okay, I don't know if I should start with the bottom of the deck. Okay, let's start with the bottom of the deck. At the bottom of the deck would be the energies of the reading. We have the Devil. So it seems like our Divine Masculine is concerned with very worldly matters. This is sort of a bondage to, it could either mean addiction, obsession, especially when it comes to material things, or codependency. But it's like that's what he's struggling with at the moment. And here it's causing him all these references to the material world. It's like 3D is pulling him in. We all know that our masculines are in the process of ascending, but 3D keeps pulling him back in. And that's why there is confusion in his part on whether the messages that he receives are actual messages from his higher self or figments of his imagination. And he needs to sort that out before he can fix things, put everything in order. And that's why the adjustment card comes next, because he needs to balance that out. Here we see a figure skater. She's balancing the vessel with the heart and the eye, and the feather, the messages. So, promptings by your higher self, and his yearnings when it comes to love. And all this, you can see the Ouroboros there, the snake eating its tail, signifying the base of the scales, signifying renewal, death and renewal. But there is music. And you know, music, when you listen to it, it has a beat. And when you're dancing to it, like this dancer is doing, he's got to do it in time, or else it's going to seem awkward. It has to be timed to the beat of the music in order for him to maintain balance. He's balancing on this sword here, and the sword here, on the blade of the sword, at the hilt of the sword, we have Saturn, which is his lessons. So these things that he desires, and messages about his own ascension, his own spiritual evolution, he's weighing that out. He's dancing to the beat of the music, but he has to do it in time. And if he's like half a beat slower, if he's faster, he has to adjust that. That's why this card is the adjustment card. So anyway, those are the general energies of this message. Now, the first card we have is the Two of Wands, Dominion. And this is a struggle. Two opposing forces, trying to conquer the other. But we see here the ego, it has only one body, but two heads. So, we'll know later on what exactly he is struggling with. But that is what this card indicates. It's an internal struggle, possibly of his divine masculine and the divine feminine aspect of himself and within himself. He's trying to reconcile that with his masculinity, with what he's known as regards the roles that he's previously played his actions. So this is an internal battle. Next card we have is a Knight of Cups. And this is an offering of emotion, of love. You see this knight here, he offers this cup. It's a very sentimental card, kind of somewhat very emotional when it comes to the divine masculines, because here in this card, they've put down their defenses. It's very, you see here the water and the motion of the horse moving forward. So I wouldn't exactly say turbulent, but it is very aggressive, assertive when it comes to his emotions, which are rather sensitive. We see Cancer here in that cup, the pincer of the crab. So let me open the cards first. And here we have Five of Wands. This is strife. And what this card says is that the pressure is building within the divine masculines. There are 5 wands. And there is an erupting volcano. Excuse me. An erupting volcano at the back. And you see the snake is coiled around the man. And that's indicative of him progressing. So now there's pressure for him to do something. What the thing is, he still doesn't know. That's why there's still a battle here. There's 5 wands. And when 5, he's reconciling his interests with what he plans to do, what his soul is calling him to do, what is in the realm of possibility of him doing at this particular moment in time. But the fact remains that the pressure is building internally until this volcano erupts and the lava just flows down. And here the next card we have is Success. And we have here 6 pomegranates, and pomegranates, they're representative of abundance, and they're also the tree of knowledge. These days we seem to view it as the fruit that Eve ate was an apple. However, if you do further research, it is actually a pomegranate, and pomegranate is success here in the material world. That's why it was the forbidden fruit, because Adam and Eve were living in Eden, in paradise. They, in the mythology, when Eve ate the pomegranate, the fruit of knowledge, that's when she descended. The 2 serpents in the lower realms were awakened, and that became an 8th serpent head, and that is symbolic of the fall into, being human and being subject to the ego, to desires, to everything that is to do with being human. And here, so we have the pomegranates here, and this is a very practical card. So this is saying that the divine masculines are looking for success on the physical level. Now, before I just speak more about this card, because this card also appeared during the reading about the solar eclipse, I think. Anyway, he wants to receive this. You see this inverted V shape? It's in the shape of the cup. That is also the shape of the Holy Grail. That is also the shape of receiving. Okay? And that is what he wants to receive. Success, renown in the physical, There are keys there, but these are balanced. So that's in the physical. And he feels this is important in order to balance out his masculine and feminine qualities. This is Mars, this is Venus, and here we see the theme. So the triangle going up, triangle, inverted triangle, representing union. So, and the last card we have is the Chariot, and this indicates movement. Here we have a surfer, and on his surfboard, he carries, this is the Holy Grail, and he's trying to navigate the wave. The wave hasn't quite engulfed him yet or swallowed him yet because he's doing it successfully. And in doing so, what is directing his movement are these two hippocampi. Okay, they're half horse, half dolphin. And so this is representative of the yin and yang. Again, the whether light or dark, positive or negative, but the task of the surfer is to wield these two mythical beasts so that he can successfully navigate the wave and he can move forward. So, as a message, it would seem that the divine masculines are at loggerheads within themselves about what he's telling his beloved, that right now the pressure is building and there is a internal dilemma on his part. The pressure is building because he feels, on the one hand, he wants to make this offer of love. He wants to move forward emotionally. On the other hand, because, especially since I did mention my weekly reading that the Virgo full moon is affecting the divine masculines right now and causing them to be more analytical, skeptical, and critical of themselves. Because sometimes those born either in the sun sign, moon sign, or Virgo, they tend to be perfectionists. You know, they think that they want everything in order. They see the slightest imperfection and they seek to remedy that. And here, pressure is building because he wants success, and he wants success in the physical world. Here, we finally have clarity on the Devil card. He wants to be financially set, financially stable, and that's causing him confusion. This on how to go about it, how to fix things. See the Emperor card there. So, his confusion, he's telling his beloved right now, the pressure is building. He wants to fix things in the physical and move forward. Actually, that's the other way around. He does want to move forward with love. However, there's pressure for him to be successful in the physical world, to have everything in order. So that what the divine feminine will do is simply receive, and receive. So, his dilemma is also related to his moving forward. That's why there is a push and pull, an internal push and pull. This is also reflected in the weekly reading. Remember, the first card for the divine masculine was the Two of Swords. Okay? So that's mentally. And here, this is his desire. This is fire. So what he wants to do. And he needs to sort out this dilemma before he can move forward in a more definitive manner, because here we have the Emperor card. Okay, in a more definitive manner, moving forward in the physical, because this encompasses all the kings. The King of Wands, his desire, the King of Cups, his emotions, the King of Air, his intellect, and did I miss something? The King of Pentacles, an earthly king, the king that manifests wealth in the physical. That is why, remember, the Adjustment card came up. And that's what he needs to do to move forward. So he's telling his beloved that he's sorting these things out. Yes, he wants to move forward, but he doesn't think, and this is the full moon, okay? He doesn't think that he's quite that ready, quite good enough, quite all that set. Because he wants, he's still in that mindset, that stereotypical mindset of divine masculines as being the provider, and he just wants to give everything to his beloved. And that is why part of the message again for the divine feminines in the weekly reading was the energy that ties us is for the divine feminines to have a better grasp of their abundance in 3D. Because, see, we're back again here. This was the theme several months ago. But the divine masculines, they keep on fluctuating. They think yes, we're getting there. Emotionally, we're getting there. And then there's this little tug again when their analytical mind kicks in, when 3D pulls them back in the realm of the ego, because being able to give all these things, all these avenues for the comfort, for provision of the divine feminines, that doesn't exist in our 5D union, so it's very 3D. But then again, we do live in a 3D world, unless we get rid of your physical bodies right now. So it is a valid concern. And that is what the divine masculines is asking his beloved to understand, that he wants the precious building. He needs to balance this out. The offer and what he's going to have on offer. So what are they challenged with? What is the divine masculine challenged with right now? The King of Fire. And like I said, I always repeat this, fire is the beginning of creation, manifestation. That is why I am being guided to continue offering the RASHEEBA healings, especially for your twins. Now, a lot of you have come to me and asked whether or not it would be ethical, or is it possible that even if you're not in contact with your twin, that you get a RASHEEBA healing for him. Yes, that's okay. The thing is, when I'm doing the RASHEEBA healing, it only depends. Sometimes I get guided not to continue with the healing. Now, I'm not told the reasons why, but because perhaps it is not as part of their soul contract that they have to undergo this period of hardship wherein they have difficulty manifesting, creating, or they're not yet ready for the healing. When that happens, I get guided not to continue with the healing. When that happens, then Of course, no questions. I have to refund you at least his portion of the healing session because, well, that's the mandate. Okay? But again, that's why I've been advocating that, because this is what they're challenged with. The fire of creation, manifesting. Most of our divine masculines are still in the emo stage. I know it's not one of the official stages of the TF relationship, but really, they're being so hard on themselves, and that's why you have to pull them up. That's why strong energy is needed, the energy of fire. Okay, and how can we help them? This is the guidance card for the divine masculines, that they really have to listen more to their intuition. Because, like I said, this week, their analytical nature kicks in, and they're making such good progress already. You don't want that old template, the analytical 3D template of everything being so logical and not making room for trust and faith in the universe, which is what this higher guidance brings. So that's what they're challenged with right now, and this is what's going to help them. That the third eye chakra, when those 3D templates, old, because they're so familiar to them, that's why they keep falling back on them. When those kick in, his intuition has got to veto that so that he can continue to move forward. And here, as a clarifier, we have presence. See, and this clarifies his dilemma. Like I said earlier, he wants to give, provide, wants everything to be perfect. So anyway, so that's the message of the divine masculine to their beloved this week. If you do want to assist your divine masculine with a creation energy, fire energy, do check out the RASHEEBA healing sessions that I have here ongoing. I'll put the link below, and check out this video. Okay? Okay, that's it. Bye.